Chosen one, God is funding you right now. Your future has been saved. There is a quiet moment unfolding right now that many hearts will miss if they rush past these words without letting them settle deeply inside their spirit. Something precious is being spoken over your life, and the meaning of this moment carries a warmth that can steady a tired soul and awaken hope that once felt buried. God is gently revealing that your future has not been abandoned, forgotten, or left uncertain. Heaven has already made room for what is ahead of you, and the hands of the Lord are carefully arranging the path that will sustain you and protect everything that belongs to your destiny. If this truth settles peacefully inside your heart, type Amen. This message is not filled with fear or pressure, but with the calm and powerful reminder that God sees every hidden struggle and every silent prayer that has been carried through long nights and quiet mornings. There were seasons when the road ahead seemed dark and confusing, and there were moments when it felt as though the world had moved forward while your own hopes remained standing still. Yet during every one of those moments, God was not standing far away watching from a distance. He was quietly preparing what your future would require, so that when the time arrived, you would step forward into provision that had already been arranged with care and love. In the stillness of this moment, there is something gentle but important that can help this message reach more hearts who need encouragement and reassurance. Take a brief moment to like the video so that this message of hope can quietly travel further and comfort someone who may be walking through a difficult season tonight. God often works in ways that feel hidden while they are unfolding, because the deepest preparation happens in silence long before the visible blessing arrives. Many people believe that provision only begins when something appears in their hands, yet the truth of God's work is far more beautiful and patient than that simple idea. Provision begins the moment God decides that your future will be protected and sustained, and that decision was made long before the worries that tried to weigh down your heart. Heaven began preparing long before your fear ever had the chance to whisper that you were alone. Imagine a loving father who quietly saves resources for a child long before that child understands the meaning of tomorrow. The child may grow through years without realizing that careful preparation is already waiting for the day when help is needed. God's heart carries that same kind of love, yet it is even deeper and more patient than any human example could fully express. He sees every step of your life from beginning to end, and because He sees the whole journey, He prepares the strength, the opportunities, and the support that will sustain you through every chapter. There were days when it felt as though nothing was moving forward, and those days may have quietly planted discouragement inside your heart. You may have wondered why doors remained closed, or why progress seemed slower than the dreams you carried inside your spirit. Yet even during those moments when progress felt hidden, God was placing foundations beneath your future that could not be shaken by storms or disappointment. His preparation is never rushed, because what He builds is designed to last far beyond the moment of arrival. God is not simply responding to your present needs. He is protecting the life that lies ahead of you, ensuring that the path before you will not collapse when challenges appear. He sees the seasons when strength will be required, and He begins placing that strength into your story long before the difficulty arrives. He sees the opportunities that will open in the years ahead, and He begins preparing your heart and your resources so that you will be ready when those doors finally swing open. When God funds a future, it does not always look like sudden wealth or dramatic change appearing overnight. Sometimes His provision arrives through wisdom that guides your decisions, through people who step into your life with encouragement and support, or through unexpected peace that steadies your heart when fear tries to rise. His provision often grows quietly like a seed planted in deep soil, slowly developing roots that will one day support a strong and fruitful tree. This is why God's work often feels hidden during the early stages, because seeds grow beneath the surface long before anyone sees the first small leaves reaching toward the sunlight. In the same way, God's preparation for your life has been growing quietly beneath circumstances that once appeared uncertain or discouraging. What looked like delay was often protection, and what seemed like stillness was actually quiet preparation taking place in ways that human eyes could not easily see. As this truth settles gently inside your spirit, allow your heart to breathe in the calm assurance that God has not forgotten the promises that belong to your life. Your future has not been left unguarded, and your destiny has not been left to chance or uncertainty. God is carefully guiding the path ahead of you, ensuring that what you need will arrive at the moment it becomes necessary. Type 1111 if you trust in God. There is a quiet beauty in trusting the timing of God, because His timing does not rush forward in fear or hesitation. Instead, it moves with perfect awareness of every moment that shapes your life and every detail that prepares you for what is ahead. When the right moment arrives, what has been quietly prepared will begin to reveal itself in ways that bring peace rather than confusion and gratitude rather than worry. Your journey with God is not a story of abandonment or uncertainty, but a story of careful guidance that unfolds one step at a time. Even during the moments when the road felt difficult or unclear, the love of Jesus Christ remained present, gently carrying your heart through each season. His compassion surrounds your life with a protection that reaches beyond what human understanding can fully grasp. What if abundance had always been influenced by a hidden brain signal, buried in classified records and never fully disclosed to the public? This frequency is now creating new pathways, attracting opportunities, and reshaping lives faster than expected. Thousands are already using it to draw wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. There are moments in life when the soul grows tired from carrying quiet burdens that no one else can fully see or understand. During those moments, it can feel as though progress has slowed and the future has become hidden behind a thick fog of uncertainty. Yet God never loses sight of the road that stretches beyond the present moment, and He never forgets the life He lovingly planned before your first breath ever touched the world. His heart moves with patience and kindness, quietly arranging provision that will support you when the next chapter of your journey begins to unfold. The truth that must gently settle into your spirit today is that God does not wait until the last moment to begin caring for your future. Long before your present struggles arrived, heaven had already begun placing the pieces that would sustain the life ahead of you. Every opportunity that will guide you forward, every door that will open with unexpected grace, and every blessing that will strengthen your path has been carefully considered by a loving Father who never leaves His children unprepared for tomorrow. Sometimes the mind searches for visible signs that everything will be all right, yet the deepest work of God often happens in ways that human eyes cannot easily notice. Seeds grow in hidden soil long before anyone sees a single green leaf reaching toward the light of the sun. In the same way, God's preparation often takes place quietly beneath the surface of everyday life, slowly building a future that will one day stand strong and beautiful in ways that bring peace to your heart. There may have been seasons when it felt as though life paused while the world continued moving forward around you. During those quiet seasons, doubt may have whispered that perhaps something important had been missed or lost. Yet God was not allowing your story to drift without direction, because He was patiently building a foundation strong enough to hold the blessings that will eventually appear in your life. The work of God is never careless or rushed, because everything he prepares carries a purpose that reaches far beyond the present moment. What he builds must be strong enough to support your growth, your calling, and the future impact your life will carry. That is why the preparation often takes longer than human expectations would prefer, because God is not simply arranging temporary comfort, but creating a path that will remain steady for many seasons to come. There are blessings that require wisdom before they can safely enter your life, and there are opportunities that require inner strength before they can truly flourish. God lovingly shapes the heart before releasing what has already been prepared in heaven, ensuring that the gift will become a blessing rather than a burden. His wisdom carefully prepares both the provision and the person who will receive it. Many people think that provision must always arrive suddenly in dramatic ways, yet the love of God often works through gentle and steady progress that quietly strengthens your life day after day. A peaceful thought that arrives at the right moment, an unexpected connection with someone who offers encouragement, or a new understanding that guides a wise decision can all be part of the provision God sends to sustain your journey. Even the strength that grows inside your spirit during difficult seasons becomes part of the preparation for the future God has already secured for you. The patience you developed while waiting has deepened your faith, and the resilience that grew during hardship has quietly shaped the person you are becoming. God wastes nothing in the life of someone he loves, and every season contributes something valuable to the story that continues unfolding. There is comfort in realizing that your life is not moving randomly through moments of uncertainty, but is being gently guided by a loving presence that sees far beyond what human vision can perceive. God understands the future completely, and because of that understanding, he prepares everything with great care and compassion. His plans are not fragile or temporary, but steady and enduring. If these words bring peace to your heart and remind you that God is already caring for the life ahead of you, type 2020 to claim miracles. Sometimes people imagine that God's provision is only about financial help or visible success, yet the truth is far richer and more beautiful than that limited idea. God funds the entire future of those he loves, providing not only resources but also strength, wisdom, guidance, and protection along the way. His provision touches every corner of life, ensuring that the path ahead remains supported in ways that human effort alone could never accomplish. There will be moments in the future when you suddenly realize that something important had been quietly prepared long before you noticed it. A connection you once thought was small may suddenly open a meaningful opportunity, or a lesson learned during a difficult season may become the wisdom that guides you through an important decision. When those moments arrive, you will see that God was always moving gently ahead of you, preparing the road that now feels clear and steady. The love of Jesus Christ brings a unique kind of peace to the human heart, because his compassion does not fade during hardship or grow distant during confusion. His presence remains close, even when circumstances feel uncertain, gently reminding you that the story of your life is still being written with care and purpose. Nothing that belongs to your future has been abandoned or forgotten. God understands the dreams that quietly live inside your heart, even the ones you rarely speak aloud. He sees the hopes you carry for stability, peace, and a life that reflects love and kindness to those around you. Because he sees those desires, he carefully arranges the provision that will support them when the right time arrives. The future God has saved for you is not a fragile promise that depends on perfect circumstances. It is a future built upon the steady love and faithful care of a Creator who understands every need your life will encounter. When God secures a future, it becomes something that no fear or difficulty can permanently erase. A concealed brainwave once stored in classified files is said to ignite strong prosperity. In just 7 minutes, you can unlock the switch in your mind that draws abundance like a magnet. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. There will be days when you suddenly notice small signs of the preparation that has been unfolding quietly in your life. A new opportunity may appear where there was once only silence, or a new sense of peace may rise inside your spirit where anxiety once lived. Those moments are gentle reminders that God's work continues even when human understanding cannot fully see the entire picture. The patience you have shown while waiting has not been wasted, and the faith you held during uncertainty has not gone unnoticed by heaven. God treasures the quiet perseverance of a heart that continues believing, even when the road ahead is not fully visible. That faith becomes part of the foundation that supports the blessings already prepared for your life. As the days continue unfolding, allow your heart to rest in the calm assurance that God's love surrounds your journey with wisdom and care. His guidance will continue leading you forward, step by step, toward the future that has already been secured by His faithful hands. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. The path ahead will reveal moments of joy that once seemed impossible, and it will bring opportunities that quietly confirm how carefully God has been preparing your life. When those moments arrive, you will recognize that nothing was truly lost during the seasons of waiting, because every delay carried hidden preparation that was shaping the story of your future. When a heart begins to rest in this truth, worry slowly loosens its grip and peace gently takes its place. The soul begins to realize that it has never truly been alone in its journey, because God has been walking beside every step, preparing the future with patience and love. Many people carry the quiet fear that tomorrow might bring struggles they will not be able to handle. That fear often whispers that there will not be enough strength, enough opportunity, or enough provision when the time comes. Yet the heart of God moves in a completely different way than fear suggests, because He prepares long before the need appears and provides long before the moment of difficulty arrives. The future you are walking toward has already been seen by God with complete clarity, and because He sees it clearly, He has been arranging the support that will meet you when you arrive there. This preparation often unfolds through moments that seem ordinary while they are happening. A small lesson learned during a quiet season can become the wisdom that protects you later in life. A relationship that once seemed simple can become the encouragement that lifts your spirit when the road feels heavy. Even the patience you have developed through waiting has quietly shaped your character, strengthening your heart in ways that will one day prove deeply valuable. The love of God does not rush through life in a hurry to prove something quickly. Instead, His love moves with steady care, building a life that will remain strong even when storms try to shake it. Just as a skilled builder carefully prepares the foundation before raising the walls of a house, God prepares the unseen parts of your life before the visible blessings begin to appear. That quiet preparation is one of the most powerful expressions of His love. There were moments when you may have wondered whether your dreams had slowly faded into silence. There were days when hope felt distant and the road ahead appeared uncertain or confusing. Yet God never stopped working in those moments, because He was still shaping the path that would eventually lead you forward. What seemed like stillness was often the quiet movement of preparation happening beyond what human eyes could notice. Every life that God touches carries a purpose that extends beyond temporary comfort. He sees the ways your story will influence others, the kindness your life will offer, and the encouragement your journey will bring to people who may one day need hope. Because of that greater purpose, God carefully prepares the future with wisdom and patience, so that when your life begins to flourish, it will bring strength not only to you, but also to the people around you. Sometimes the human heart looks for signs of progress in visible achievements or quick breakthroughs. Yet the deepest progress often happens within the spirit long before it appears on the outside. Faith grows quietly through seasons of trust, and character becomes stronger through moments that require patience and perseverance. These inner changes become the roots that support the blessings God has already prepared. If these words bring comfort to your spirit and remind you that God has been quietly preparing your path, type 2323 if you agree. The future that God is funding for you is not limited to a single opportunity or a brief moment of success. It is a future that includes growth, stability, peace, and a life that continues unfolding with meaning over many seasons. God's provision does not appear only once and then disappear. Instead, it flows steadily through life, supporting each new chapter as it arrives. Imagine a loving guide who walks ahead on a long path, removing obstacles and preparing the road so that the traveler behind can move forward safely. That image reflects the way God cares for the future of those who trust Him. While you move through the present moment, He is already present in the days that have not yet arrived, preparing the help that will meet you there. This is why faith often feels peaceful, even when circumstances remain uncertain. Faith understands that God is not limited by the worries that trouble human thoughts. His perspective stretches across every moment of time, allowing Him to prepare solutions long before problems appear. What feels unknown to you is already clearly understood by Him. There is also something beautiful about the way God prepares the heart, along with the blessings that will eventually arrive. He gently teaches patience so that success will not create pride. He grows compassion so that prosperity will not erase kindness. He strengthens humility so that influence will always be guided by love rather than by selfish ambition. Through this quiet shaping of the heart, God ensures that the future He has saved for you will remain healthy and meaningful. The blessings that arrive will not simply pass through your life quickly, but will grow into something lasting and deeply fulfilling. This careful preparation reflects the wisdom of a Creator who understands both the gift and the person who will receive it. Deep within your brain is a small area tied to wealth and success, once hidden in restricted studies and classified documents. This newly uncovered frequency is helping people exchange financial stress for ease, and God has led you to see this message at this very moment. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brainwave now. Even now, there are pieces of your future being arranged in ways that are difficult to notice from the present moment. Opportunities are forming, doors are being prepared, and paths are slowly clearing ahead of you. What feels like an ordinary day today may later be remembered as a small but meaningful step that led towards something greater. The love of Jesus Christ surrounds this journey with grace that continues to lift and guide your spirit. His compassion brings healing to wounds that once caused discouragement, and His presence gently restores the hope that may have felt fragile during difficult seasons. Through that love, your heart gains the strength to continue walking forward with quiet confidence. God never forgets the lives He has chosen to guide with care. When He decides to protect a future, that decision remains firm and steady through every season that follows. Your future has been placed safely within His plan, and that plan carries wisdom far beyond what human understanding could create alone. As time continues moving forward, you will begin noticing small confirmations that reveal how carefully God has been preparing your life. Moments of peace will appear where anxiety once lived, and opportunities will open where there was once only silence. These changes will quietly remind you that God's work has been unfolding even when the process seemed hidden. If you trust the love of Jesus and feel peace, knowing that your path is guided with care, Type 666 if you trust Jesus. Allow your heart to rest in the gentle assurance that nothing about your future has been forgotten or abandoned. The same God who carried you through the past continues guiding you into the days that lie ahead. His wisdom surrounds your life like a steady light, revealing the path step by step. There is a gentle truth that slowly begins to comfort the heart when a person realizes how carefully God watches over the future of those he loves. Life can sometimes appear uncertain, and there are seasons when the road ahead seems covered by questions and quiet worries. Yet the love of God does not move through life with confusion or hesitation. His understanding stretches far beyond the present moment, and because he sees every tomorrow clearly, he prepares what your life will need long before you arrive there. Many people believe they must struggle alone to secure their future, believing that every door must be forced open by human effort alone. Yet the story of God's love reveals something far more peaceful and powerful than that exhausting belief. When God decides to guide a life, he begins arranging the road ahead with wisdom that no human plan could ever match. He prepares provision, opportunities, and quiet strength that will meet you exactly when the time is right. This is why there are moments when life seems slow, even though something important is quietly unfolding beneath the surface. Just as seeds rest beneath the soil before they grow into strong trees, the preparation for your future often begins long before it becomes visible. During those hidden seasons, God is patiently shaping the path that will carry you forward, ensuring that what lies ahead will be steady and meaningful rather than rushed and fragile. The heart sometimes becomes discouraged when progress cannot be clearly seen. There were days when you may have felt that your efforts were unnoticed and your hopes were moving nowhere. Yet God never measures your life by the pace of human expectations. He works according to a wisdom that values strong foundations more than quick appearances. When his preparation is complete, the blessings that follow are able to stand firm through every season. Every moment you have walked through has quietly added something valuable to the story God is writing for your life. The patience learned during waiting seasons has strengthened your spirit in ways that comfort could never accomplish. The kindness you continued showing others during difficult days has shaped your character into something beautiful and rare. These quiet qualities become part of the future God is protecting for you. There is a peaceful assurance that comes when the heart begins to trust that God truly understands every detail of the journey ahead. He sees the challenges that may appear, and he prepares the wisdom that will guide you through them. He sees the opportunities that will one day open before you, and he prepares your heart so that you will recognize them when they arrive. If this truth brings calm and reassurance to your spirit, type yes to affirm. The love of God never abandons the life he has chosen to guide with care. His presence remains close during moments of confusion, gently reminding the heart that no season is wasted when it is placed within his hands. Even experiences that once felt painful can slowly become part of the strength that supports your future. Think of a long journey where a wise guide walks ahead of the traveler, clearing obstacles and preparing the road before the traveler arrives. That image reflects how God cares for the lives of those who trust him. While you are living through the present moment, he is already present in the days ahead, quietly arranging the support that will meet you when those days finally arrive. The future God is funding for you includes more than simple success or comfort. It includes peace that steadies your heart during uncertainty, wisdom that guides your decisions, and relationships that strengthen your spirit. His provision reaches into every area of life, ensuring that the path ahead is supported by more than human strength alone. Sometimes the blessings of God appear through unexpected moments of clarity that change the direction of a life. A thought may suddenly guide you toward a new opportunity, or a conversation may quietly open a door that once seemed impossible. These moments often reveal that God has been preparing something meaningful long before you noticed the change beginning. The kindness of Jesus Christ plays a powerful role in this preparation. His compassion gently restores hope to hearts that have grown weary from disappointment. Through his love, the Spirit learns to breathe again and trust that goodness has not disappeared from the world. His presence surrounds the journey with grace that continues guiding your steps forward. There will be moments in the future when you suddenly recognize how carefully God arranged events that once seemed random or confusing. Looking back, you will see that certain delays protected you from paths that were not meant for your life. You will realize that certain closed doors quietly redirected you towards something far better than what you originally imagined. These realizations often arrive slowly, like sunlight gradually filling a quiet room. When that understanding grows within your heart, gratitude begins replacing the worries that once filled your thoughts. You begin to see that God's wisdom was present even when the situation felt uncertain or difficult. The beautiful truth is that God never prepares a future without also preparing the heart that will step into it. He grows patience so that success will be handled with humility and gratitude. He builds compassion so that blessings will be shared with kindness rather than guarded by fear. Through this quiet shaping of the Spirit, the future becomes something that brings joy rather than pressure. If these words strengthen your faith and remind you that God is guiding your path with love, type 1919 to receive miracles. A 7-second brainwave approach, previously limited to elite groups and stored in classified files, is now available to everyone, and many call it the 30-second miracle. Researchers claim it stimulates a dormant brain center associated with prosperity and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is removed from the internet again. As the days continue unfolding, allow your heart to rest in the gentle knowledge that your future has not been left to chance. The love of God surrounds the path ahead of you, carefully arranging the moments that will lead toward peace and stability. Even when the road appears unclear, His wisdom remains steady and dependable. There will be times when you notice small signs that confirm how deeply you are being guided. A quiet sense of peace may replace anxiety in situations that once caused worry. New opportunities may appear in places that once seemed empty or closed. These moments become reminders that God has been preparing your life with thoughtful care. The story of your life is still unfolding, and the chapters ahead hold blessings that were carefully arranged long before this moment arrived. The faith you have carried through difficult seasons has not been forgotten, and the patience you showed while waiting has not been wasted. God continues moving gently ahead of you, preparing the path with wisdom that never fails and love that never fades. Because of His faithful care, the future that once seemed uncertain now rests safely within His hands, waiting to unfold at the right moment with hope, healing, and quiet joy. The truth that gently settles into the soul is that God never forgets the life He has chosen to guide. Every dream placed quietly inside your heart has been seen by Him long before you spoke it aloud or even fully understood its meaning.